So 95 studios got together and they made a movie. That was the first thing. We were talking about Netflix's hidden strike. Jackie Chan and John Cena. Age-wise, two very different guys. Jackie Chan's in his late 60s now, I think. But
one of the most successful actors in the entire world.
Oh, absolutely. Very recognizable. And I like watching these kind of movies. This is right up my alley, Jackie Chan movies. But I was watching the opening credits, and it's like 70 different studios. It just have different studios all of it. How many people were involved making this little Netflix movie?
And it's banned in China.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Cena, in an interview, referred to Taiwan as being a country, and they banned the movie.
But he did that a long time ago.
It's still banned.
They hold grudges.
It's about this movie. It'll never be released. It'll probably never be released in China.
Maybe that's why it's on Netflix then.
Yeah.
But basic storyline, we have John Cena, who's kind of a gun-for-hire character. We have Jackie Chan, who's military, being brought in. He's hired by companies, and he comes in to rescue people and things like that.
And they're kindred spirits.
Now, I really don't know where to go with this movie.
Well, you're going to have... if it's made for a Chinese audience, whether it's banned there or not.
Yeah. It definitely was.
And the story takes place in China. There's going to be lots of Chinese talking with subtitles.
Which I'm not a fan of.
Neither am I. I don't like reading that many subtitles. Maybe the occasional subtitle. That's fine.
Yeah.
But there was quite a bit.
Yeah.
So you have an oil installation, and the bad guys are saying, listen, we were cheated once and now we want our pay, so we're going to take all the oil from this place and we're going to steal it and put it in oil tankers and get rich. And John Cena's part of that crew. He doesn't really know what he's doing, but he's part of that crew to get some money to save this other village that ran out of water.
Because they got to bribe somebody to open up the water.
Yeah.
And it's his brother who brings him into the mission.
Yeah.
Now, the story has a lot of plot holes. Because it's a stupid story. It really, like, there's this big oil complex refinery in the middle of the desert someplace with all these fires and oils going off and everywhere. And they're perfectly safe, all these scientists and everything, as long as they just don't walk outside the gate. If they walk outside the gate, they're probably all going to die.
It's the road of the dead.
It's the road of the dead.
Okay. I will say this. They kept the action up. Like, there was a lot of action in this movie. But the CGI... For having that many studios working on this, the CGI sucked. It was terrible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this was it looked like a studio poorly done.
Yeah. Like, every long shot of the distance and everything was all, like... It was bad. It was just bad. It was like a photograph.
It was.
So it turns out that Jackie Chan and John Cena have to team up to defeat the bad guys.
With his estranged daughter, by the way.
Now, action aside, what did you think of the chemistry?
They didn't have it. Every joke fell flat.
Every single one.
Yeah. There was only really one joke that I laughed at, kind of, and it was the very end of the movie. The very end of the movie. When they're stuck on this cliff, hundreds of feet down, hundreds of feet up, and they're at this little ledge, and there's three of them up there, and they're going, okay, we got to get ourselves down, John Cena. We got to find our way down. What are we going to do? And Jackie Chan says, I have an idea. And then it cuts to a panning shot, and they're just standing there. Help! It's the only time I laughed in the whole movie.
Really?
It's the only time, because that was a great plan. That's a realistic plan.
The comedy in this was so full of cringe. Like when John Cena's character is entertaining children in the village, and then as a bonding moment, Jackie Chan joins in. And it's like 10 minutes of this cringe, him attempting to bond with the children and John Cena's character. Like, I had to cover my eyes. It was that bad.
Well, yeah. The parts that got to me is there's a lot of you mentioned a lot of action. There is. At one point, this helicopter is chasing these doom buggies in a car and a bus. And the guy in the helicopter takes the thing and he has a grenade launch, shoots down, hits one of the doom buggies and goes, blows up in the air.
In a terrible explosion.
Big, huge explosion. At the end of the movie, they have the same gun with the same thing. The bad guy's chasing them, and he's shooting at him inside a room, and it's taking a computer chair and going, pew, pew. The computer chair's turning over. It blew up a doom buggy.
Yeah, but
it just knocks over a chair.
there were moments in this movie where there was like machine gun fire everywhere, and people just walking through it completely unscathed by anything, holes in the walls and everything, but nothing was hitting anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
now Jackie Chan, his whole thing is his weird action stunts when he's fighting. Did that hold up? Like, I know he's old, but he still tried to do it.
I noticed that they shot it from a distance and not like from the front, and it was a little bit disjointed. I think maybe is he using a
no, still him.
Is it still him?
Still him.
Okay.
But like the one main scene with the foam or down below and all that. Yeah.
The bubbles?
Yeah. That's
cringe, cringe.
But that is Jackie Chan action movies. If you look at some of his other stuff that he's done.
See, I found that he was doing things that I'll say, okay, well, I didn't expect that. That was different. But they weren't wow things.
Although him and John Cena are sneaking into this place and he goes, "Follow me," and all of a sudden he's going, jumping up these railings and climbing up, and John Cena's just, I can't do that. Because most of us can't. What Jackie Chan makes look normal and easy,
do that?
We can't. I have a hard time getting out of my chair. So I have to use my reclining button to get up. But, okay, it's not a great movie at all.
Bing!
And that's the end of the review.
It is. It's not great. The story's not great. The special effects aren't great.
The acting, the jokes, honestly, for high caliber actors, not great.
It actually felt... Oh, here's the bad thing, okay? It was directed by the guy who's directing Expendables 4.
Oh, boy.
Well, have you seen the previews for Expendables 4?
Where they laugh at the joke?
Yeah, they laugh at the joke.
Was it funny?
and the jumping from onto the doom buggy that looks completely CGI'd, and also, I enjoy the Expendable movies for what they are, but this one doesn't look good.
So we'll see.
But I enjoy them anyway because they're all cheese. Because you can't say the Expendables movies have been good. When Chuck Norris shows up in that one, and they do the Chuck Norris joke about him being bitten by a rattlesnake, and 3 days later, after excruciating pain, the snake finally died. Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you this.
Like Chuck Norris telling that joke, it's not funny.
I've never seen an Expendables movie.
Now's not the time to start.
I've never watched one.
The first one wasn't bad. And it's full of action. And it's meant to be dumb, fun kind of thing.
I think it's mostly because I'm like, well, you know what? 4 movies in, they're really going to drop the ball on this. So I didn't start.
Yeah. I tell you, Rocky 4, Russia. Come on. Everybody's beating up Russians nowadays. So,
Rocky 4
all right,
is the best one.
Back to Hidden Strike. By the way, that's the name of the movie. Hidden Strike. And you know why it's called Hidden Strike? Because it's hidden on Netflix. And no one else can find it.
You made us watch this because it was #1 trending.
You said
it was in top 10 in the United States, #1 in Canada when I turned it on.
We need an intro where you hit him.
Good luck.
I'll wait till he heals.
Yeah.
Look at him a gut punch.
Or he's actually on his deathbed dying and he can't get up and hit me back.
We'll see.
Okay, I'm going to give this worse than Meg 2. And what's the other one that we just did? We Have a Ghost. I'm going to give this one a 4.
So, this movie video review has to come out after the other ones. And if it doesn't, you have no idea what we're talking about. I'm giving it a 4.
I agree.
It was not great.
Which is too bad for John Cena and Jackie Chan, because you think, oh, okay, these are 2 actors that I want to see.
This is not the movie. I don't think this is the movie they thought this would be when they signed up to do this movie.
I think they signed up for this movie during the pandemic and just needed a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe.
Because John Cena's funny. Jackie Chan is a little older, but he's an icon. And this movie didn't do either of them justice.
No.
No.
There was no story. This was garbage. Well, no, it wasn't garbage. It was very frustrating, though. It was a well-made, bad movie.
They were really dumb.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand that whole writing.
I think this is a fail, and I think it's going to be canceled.
Just went on and on, it seemed to me, and I didn't laugh at all. It's terrible.
It wasn't good at all.
But, like, I thought this was, it was not a great movie.
But don't watch it again.
Mark and Don don't approve.
I will explain why, though. I can explain why I don't approve. They're not funny.